So this is going. So it's like a little brief. Like, haven't we started yet? There we go. All right. Good morning and welcome to Monday at MHMA Academy. I am Ann Fawcett, the admission director and your host. I have a guest with me, but before I start, just want to give an update. We had great weekend. We had winter formal. So a lot of our students went down to the Schwinn farm. Thank you for hosting us. It's just about 15 minutes south of here. It's like an event barn space because it's traditionally a Sadie Hawkins dance for winter formal. And congratulations again to Kaden and Martha who won winter royalty. So great job there. And it was, I think it was a great weekend overall, and looking forward to, February. We're already into February. So I have a wonderful host, or sorry, I'm the host. I have a wonderful guest with me. This is Ann Holt. Yes, another Ann.
With an E.
With an E. Yep, we know how to spell our names. And she has taken the role of one of our new openings as counselor here. So we actually have two counselors now. Miss Whitney McGinnis is more so our academic counselor and assistant principal, and Mrs. Ann Holt is more on the kind of emotional social side. So go ahead, introduce yourself and tell everyone about yourself a little bit.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Ann Holt. This is my first year here at MHMA Academy, and I love it. I love it. I live in Bonner Springs, and my kids graduated from Bonner Springs High School, and I spent 10 years there as secretary in the front office. And while there, I realized I want to be able to do more, and that's what made me want to pursue my master's in school counseling. So that's what brought me here. So I am thrilled to be here and working as a counselor, and it's a great place to work.
Her office is adorable, by the way.
Try to make it very cozy.
So because I had to kind of learn this when Ann started. So what is your role, I guess, for our students? Like best describe, like if a parent comes in and I introduce you and you say, like, what is your job here?
Okay. I feel like my job is as an advocate for the students. Number one, I guess I would describe myself as just I want to be a person they can come to and feel heard and seen and safe. Obviously they're safe here, but I identify most of my role as a mom. I was a stay-at-home mom for quite a few years. And I love to be that person who offers support. And there are kids who come in maybe upset for some reason, or they may just they need a little encouragement or something. So I really identify as being a person who the kids can come in and get some kind of support and be somebody who's always going to smile when they walk in my door. That's my most important job.
And I will say her office is, the students love her. Like I was like, okay, like I don't know her too well, but the students do. They must love her and trust her. So that's awesome. And all of our students, both day and boarding students. So as a counselor, are there any specific, services that you see that you're continually, that are very consistent now with teenagers, or what's going on with teenagers?
Oh, man, that's how much time do we have?
Yeah.
If I had to just pick one right off the top of my head, it's anxiety.
Okay.
And it presents in so many different ways. And we had some kids make some statements at our retreat, some personal statements on their own experience with anxiety, and they were all so helpful, because I think, and I heard other kids say, to hear a peer who appears to have everything going, we always think from the outside things look so great, to see that so many of us have things going on underneath that we don't see. We're paddling like little ducks under the water to stay afloat. So if I had to pick one, it would be anxiety.
Okay. Do you think that has to do with like COVID, or do you think it's just how teenagers are now? Or what do you think might be an underlying factor there?
I feel like, we can't ignore COVID and the effects it's having on all of us. I feel very fortunate to be here, and for many reasons, but it's nice that our kids and our staff don't have to wear masks. And without, I'm not making a political statement or a medical statement, nothing like that, just strictly on the surface. we're able to engage with each other, see each other's facial expressions, and that has made a difference, I think. So I'm not hearing as much, I'm hearing very, very little of COVID being an underlying factor. So much of it is just being a teenager, and it's so hard. Oh my gosh, I remember it like it was yesterday, and it was a long time ago for me. But at the risk of sounding cliche, social media is, is there. And one of the kids and I had a conversation about social media, and I was going at it from the negative, and she made a really good point and said, well, social media is a tool, and how people use it is what makes a difference, and which is completely so true and profound. But you cannot get away from the fact that these kids can be constantly bombarded with images of things they think they should be, or what they should look like, what they should be doing, where they should live, what they should wear. And the kids, there's no getting away from it. It's 24/7 if they choose to be on their phone. So that's a real hard one.
And I see that too, especially, I think girls too, and then even, boys need to be better, whether it's academics, athletics, whatever it is. We always say strive for excellence, but we don't mean like you need to be like the best of the best. We just want you to strive for your excellence and push you a little bit further. That's what we say. I run all the school social media. So it is.
That's not the problem.
But it's like it's a positive thing. And the students, like I have students who love being on it. I always have to show them the photo before I post it, of course. But it is, they say, we don't want to get bullied. And I was like, bullied. And like, well, if we're on it, kids are like, oh, haha, you're on Morehill Mount Academy's social media. And I'm like, yeah, but you're the image, like you're the face of the school. Like, this is why we pick you. And so I try and pick them up a little bit that way. And then I know like with cell phones, so first off, masks, definitely not a political statement, but
not at all.
Benefit of being in a rural community in Kansas.
Yes.
We are not in the middle of nowhere. We're not in the middle of nowhere, but
it's a great place.
We're a rural community. We're around less people. The campus is small. We're not like LA or anything. So that's why you should come here.
Yes, many reasons.
But then, also like we don't allow cell phones during the day. So we can kind of control that a little bit. I know students get on their laptops or I hate the Apple Watches. So they all get on that and stuff. But, we try and control it so that they can focus on the school and just being friends and being here and have better conversations with them. So I know we try and do that. After school though, you're on your phone. Like the kids, the first thing they do is grab their phone and they're looking at it. So what advice would you give to, if you could, like any parent, like preparing a boarding parent who might be looking for their kid to come to a boarding school? Like they might think on the outside, oh, my kid's perfect. They're great. They're never going to get anxiety, but they all do. They all do. They all get homesick too. But like, what would be something that encouragement or something that you would talk to them about?
Okay. Can I address the phone?
Oh yeah.
First,
Go for it.
Because that is so important. And I feel like I've said this to so many people since I've started working here, that I think that is such a gift that the kids do not get to have their cell phones with them during the day. They might not see it that way, but my office is in the library and my corner back off the library. So I hear the kids and they're having conversations and they're talking about classes or books they've read or but it's conversations. And I worked many years in the public school and the phones, kids had their phones. We can't take a phone from a kid in the public school, so the phones are very much out and present at all times. And so you miss the little thing. And I didn't even realize it till I came here and heard these kids just talking about things. And I think that's an amazing gift. And I've told the kids that they're learning how to have conversations, and that's going to help them when they get out in the real world. Just a basic thing that I hadn't even thought about other kids maybe lacking. So, and it makes the kids find other things to do instead of just the default on the phone. And I'm as guilty of that as anyone. It's become just habit. But anyway, I had to address that because that's such a game changer for me in the way
parents
run.
Parents love it.
Yeah.
Kids hate it at
Yeah.
first, but then they just kind of
Mhm.
learn. I call it positive peer pressure. Everyone's
Mhm.
just doing it and you
Yeah.
just get used to it. It's the same in the dorms when we take the electronics at night.
Mhm.
We want the kids to just sleep 8 hours
Mhm.
because then
Yes.
you're refreshed, you're refueled, you're ready to go for the next day of school.
Mhm.
And it's not a punishment. We try and say it's not a punishment.
No.
The kid looks at it, says it's punishment.
Yeah.
The parents though love it.
It's an advantage actually is what it
Yeah.
is, but they might not see it that way.
Yeah.
But as far as if I could talk to a boarding parent, first of all, I would tell them that their kids are safe and loved here. Most importantly, and number one. And that would be of huge comfort to me. As I've mentioned, I have 2 children. So I would want them, so if they were going somewhere, to be somewhere I knew somebody had eyes on them and knew them and cared for them. And the number one thing I see from boarders is just they come in because they miss home. And as much as they may like it here, we're still not their home,
Yeah.
they're still away from home. So they like to come somewhere where they feel loved. And when they come into my office or Ian's office or so many places in the school offers that to them. So, but also, as Ian said, this anxiety thing is real and it's everywhere. And it's with the kids, like she said, you think have it all, what could they possibly be anxious about? But there's always something, so, and I would just want you to know that there are what I hear universally from these kids too, is that they feel loved in this building and they have many different places they can go, which is huge. And parents should feel very comforted and encouraged by that because that's real important.
Good. Awesome.
Mhm.
And then you're teaching a class, which I'm actually talking to, I think this week, right?
Yeah, Wednesday and Thursday.
So Anna's teaching senior seminar. And so tell us what's been going on.
Well, gosh, it's lots of different things. And next year it will be hopefully even better structured because I'm new at this, so I'm just figuring things out.
Mhm.
So we have done things like at the beginning of first semester, we worked on scholarship applications. We worked on writing personal essays, and personal statements for applications or scholarships.
Yeah.
We worked on scholarships. College applications, as I already said, we've started talking about financial stuff. The importance of managing your money, budgeting, not going into debt, those kinds of things. So when I'm putting this together, I've been trying to think about what did my kids wish they had known when they left for college and what kind of conversations did we have to have. And sometimes it's just a study hall for the kids. I'll walk in and I can gauge they're stressed, they've got a test or something coming up and I'll say, do you just need a study hall or an ILT today? And they'll say yes. So what I have told them several times is I want this class to be something that takes away from their stress, not adds to it. So I'm not going to just give them stuff for the sake of giving them stuff to do. I try to really see what I can do to help. One of the things that I think I enjoyed the most, we had a class on conversation, how to have a conversation today. And I showed a TED talk from somebody who was I thought it was really great. And then we had a conversation, with the kids. And it goes back to what I mentioned with the phones, how, that conversation can be a lost art. So we're doing all kinds of things. And we did laundry one day, the basics.
You would be surprised.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we've done cooking. I had them find something they wanted to make. They budgeted how much it was going to cost. We went to Walmart, bought the groceries. They cooked in the dorms, prepared meals. We did that several times, which I think has been the favorite activity for the kids so far. So yeah, it's ever evolving.
Good, nice. And you had one guest speaker?
I've had 2.
Oh, okay.
I had Emily Larkin, who's a graduate from here, and she's in admissions at Newman University.
Okay.
And so she came and spoke to the kids. And then I had Shanae Randolph, who's another alum and board member. And she came in and talked about her business and marketing and kind of her path, and had some great ideas about doing internships and some great suggestions for the kids. And then we're having Ann Bassett this week. So
I still need to put together everything. It'll be fun.
Yes,
I hope the kids will like it.
I know they will. And it's just, I'd like to bring people in so the kids can ask questions, and they're so great about asking the questions and just what their path was coming from our Hillman Academy and where that led them, the advantages, and yeah. So.
And I think next year's senior seminar actually will be a required course for all seniors. I know we're doing some curriculum updates, and one of the things that we're implementing is this program. It's called Naviance. And so it's a program where students will really start even their freshman year with career planning, college application planning, just figuring out what their life plan, even though I just don't know what I'm doing with my life. So, but at least giving them more of a resource and a guidance, and utilizing it. And then I'm pretty sure how it'll work is senior seminar class will be more of that kind of required course, so that it's because it's always just been an option. And so sometimes like Ann taught it this year, but we kind of throw it around with other people teaching it. And so that's why it's like trying to figure it out. And so making it more part of our curriculum so that the students have kind of that end like goal, like, all right, so this is my senior seminar and these are the things that I need to get done, but not make it stressful, more of like that kind of class they look forward to going to is our goal.
Yeah,
but because we offer a freshman seminar that's more a how to high school. So for kids, for incoming freshmen who need just like, okay, this is how we take notes, this is how we organize our time. They need that extra support, maybe a teacher really, really watching over them. And then, but senior seminar is going to be more of just everything that they've learned over 4 years. And then we're letting you go and then you're going off into life and college. So yeah.
Something I'd like to do next year is bring students back from this graduating class when they come home on break and have them come in and visit with senior seminar kids and just say, yeah, just what do you wish you would have known? And the kids can, ask, what should we expect? So that's something I'm really hoping to be able to do next year. I didn't this year, obviously. I don't know the kids who graduated last year, so I didn't have those relationships built, but hopefully next year we can do that.
And I always tell our alumni, like, come back.
Gosh, yes.
I think we have someone who's coming, I can't remember his name, but I think he just retired is what Phil told me, but he ran the whole medical school at, did he tell you about this?
Yes.
I think it was University of Chicago. Is that right? No, maybe it's in Chicago. It's in Chicago. I know that. And, but he's coming back to kind of talk about medical school and because there's a path that you traditionally take, but what are those extra things that, since he basically ran the whole program of, what it takes. And so we have one of our alumni coming back to do that. And it's great. So, alumni, if you're listening to this or hear this, like, come back and give your experience. The kids will listen. They will listen. They won't roll their eyes. Don't worry. They want the knowledge. They want more. They want more. So yeah.
Yes, definitely. And yes, thank you for saying that, because I would love that to fill these classroom sessions with alumni. Come back and tell us what you did. What's your path? What's your story? And I always tell the kids too, there's not a timetable. There's not one path. I went back to get my master's at 50. There's there are many twists and turns that we take, and you don't have to decide right now what you're going to be for the rest of your life. So educate yourself and learn, and you as our alumni can come in and help the kids and help us do that. That would be wonderful. I'd love that.
So I don't know, anything else to add as far as like your role here or what you've seen? I mean, we're just over halfway, like what you've seen and what you're looking forward to even changing for next year.
The change with senior seminar, I look forward to that being more, more structured. I'll know better what I'm doing by next year, hopefully. It's going to be required, especially. But no, I really enjoy that class. But yes, that's something, the more I learn, the better that class will be. So I look forward to that. And with the introduction of Naviance into our curriculum, that will certainly help. And I tell this to people about this school is I really love your kids. The kids here are great. And there is just an innate respect that comes from them. And I mean, nobody's perfect, obviously. They're teenagers, so there's all that stuff that goes with it. But the innate respect that you see in the hallways and in the classrooms is something that I really appreciate and love being a part of. So definitely that.
Yeah. So families, if you come visit, you'll meet Ann Holt. I mean, I always like when we're in the library and she's there, introduce her and everything, so you can talk to her. And then she's here for our students. So we love having her here this year.
Thank you. I love being here.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Next week, I'm actually going to have Christian Wessel on, and he's going to talk about the house system and youth ministry, because he oversees our youth ministry and he also teaches. So he has a lot of different hats too, but he's going to talk about those two components because they're pretty important here at Moore Homeland Academy. So thank you again.
He'll be a lot more entertaining than I am.
Oh no, come on. Thanks so much, Ann.
Thank you.
Bye.